Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Deonte and I'm back with another video. And today we're tackling a story. It's heartbreaking and it's infuriating. And it's about a young Nigerian cardiologist, 36 years old, named Ikenna Erinne, who had reportedly self-deleted after losing a child support case to his ex-wife. Now, he was a Nigerian-born doctor, based out of here in the USA. He self-deleted on Sunday, January 26th, following a divorce battle he had with his estranged wife. And in that divorce battle, there was a dispute over custody of the child. What he did was self-deleted himself after a court ruling in the favor of his ex-wife ordered him to pay a monthly child support order of $15,000. Wow. You know, this isn't just about one man. This creates a spotlight on an urgent need to reform this child support system here in America, man. Definitely needs some reform. This is heartbreaking because now this child will be forced to grow up without a father. This young talented doctor is now gone. It's sad, man. It really is. So let's zoom out for a moment. It just isn't an isolated incident. Across the United States, a lot of black families find themselves grappling with this child support system. And it seems like a lot of black parents, particularly black fathers, we are disproportionately affected. It's a very aggressive system. It's enforcement tactics. They will suspend your license. They will put liens on your property. They will lock you up in jail if you miss a couple payments. I mean, they go through all lengths to inconvenience particularly black men. You know, it's not all about the money. This system creates a psychological toll, and it creates a lot of financial strains, and it can be devastating. It can be hard to deal with because they set these astronomical amounts of child support orders on these men. I mean, astronomical. And it forces you to have to go either find secondary or supplemental employment. That's what I'm trying to say. It will force you to go and find supplemental employment, which you can barely spend time with your own children. When you out here trying to take care of your household, and then at the same time take care of her household, y'all child y'all had together, and then try to orchestrate time or facilitate time to spend with the child, it becomes difficult because you find yourself putting in 16 hours a day or just many hours a day trying to make ends meet on your end with the cost of living, with these astronomical child support orders, plus the child will need stuff outside of child support. You get what I'm saying? And it's really wild. How does this child support system work, and where does it go wrong? You know, the system is meant to ensure that the child's needs are met after the parents' relationship end, right? But the reality is often a one-size-fits-all approach. That's in my opinion. And this approach fails to consider individual circumstances. Like your circumstances don't matter to the court system. They don't care about if you have other kids you taking care of, if you have what kind of bills you have. They don't care about your circumstances that you may be going through. It's all about the mother or the custodial parent, because in some cases, very rare does a man have custody of the children. It's very rare that the system will award custody to the man. Very rare. And it's really crazy, man, that this man felt that he had to self-delete all because of this. It may have been some other stuff going on, I'm not sure, but this indicates that change is needed. You know, for starters, child support calculations need to be more equitable and taking into account that not just the non-custodial parent's income, but their own living expenses and the actual cost of raising a child. You get what I'm saying? It's wild, because I see this a lot. A lot of women will put these men in the system out of spite, just out of just whatever reasons they have. It's unreasonable. And it takes the joy, for some men, it takes the joy out of being a father. It takes the joy out of it. And these kids get caught up in the middle of it. You know, I'm speechless. I'm speechless that this man, he was a cardiologist. A cardiologist that was going through this long drawn out divorce, and they awarded his wife $15,000. Now, I don't know if the child was in private school or what kind of expenses that this child have, but this is wild. He has spent thousands of dollars in legal fees. He felt he wasted a lot of money. And, you know, when you going back and forth in court with this system, you spending a ton of money. A ton of money trying to fight, trying to put in, what they call that? Like, modifications, or are you just trying to basically fight your case with child support? And when you're going through child custody, you know, you're trying to file for discoveries, and you're going above and beyond to get this all settled out in an amicable way. And this is why I say that as African Americans, we have to keep this system out of our business. We have to keep the system out of our business. This system is not in our favor. It divides us as a family from each other. It keeps the man out of the household. It keeps the women single and basically running to the system just to solve our black problems. You know, a lot of these people in the system are not familiar with the African American culture. You know, when you have judges and prosecutors and these people sitting in the courtroom all day, and they hearing from women coming down, labeling their children's fathers a deadbeat. He's not doing this, he's not doing that. I'm having a hard time doing this, I'm having a hard time doing that. I can't pay this, he just won't help. They hear that over and over and over again. So they look at us as if, oh, they all deadbeats. So when they get somebody in there that's, you know, making money, that's able to make these orders, they take you up top. They will take you up top. It's just, it's mind-boggling. You know, a lot of these people that be on child support, these women, it's mind-boggling to me, because half the time the expenses don't even go to the child. A lot of times it goes on their personal interests. I hear so many horrible nightmares where women will spend the money on they own clothes, they own hair, and the child walking around looking like shit. Child still needs shoes, child still needs clothes, and you could be paying a whole lot of money, and they'll turn around and tell their family members or tell their girls, oh, he's not paying nothing, he's not doing anything, I barely get any help, he barely spend time. What do you like? You have to question, like, what do y'all really want? Do y'all want the time or the money? Would you rather for your child to spend time with the father and have that relationship with the father where the father is instilling values, the father is active in the child's life in every aspect? True enough, you have to support your children. It's going to take some financial support, a substantial amount of financial support and moral support. But I rather, if my father supported me, but I would rather have that relationship, because these kids don't see money. It's all about the time and the memories. There's more to it than just money. But a lot of these women will drag you into the system and make it all about the money. And then the system makes so much. When they keep you in the system, they charge you all kind of administrative fees on the back end. If you look at, you look at your child support orders, fellas, you'll see administrative fees on there. So much of these fees go into the state. You know what I'm saying? And women don't really think this all the way through. They going off. A lot of women put you on child support out of spite, out of bitterness, out of greed. It's never really intended to really be for the child. It's all about making your life a living hell. It's a dangerous thing, because once the relationship is over, if y'all just didn't work out, this first thing they do is run the child support. Or they'll hit you with this line, I don't need your money, I just need you to spend time with your child. And then 2 months later, you getting a letter in the mail telling you to come down. You've been subpoenaed to court. Crazy work, man. Crazy. And then a lot of times we don't discuss how the man, in a lot of instances, it's not his fault that the relationship ended. It'd be a lot of times where the woman ups and decides to make the decision to end a relationship and then takes off with the kid. But nobody really talks about the mental strain it puts on a man when the woman just ups and packs and takes off with the kid and then throw you in the system and label you a deadbeat in front of everybody. Just totally humiliate you and make you feel bad. But they won't talk about how they up and decided to create this chaotic situation. Women will create a chaotic situation, rip you away from the kids, and then run into the system and put you on child support, and then ask for back pay, even though you've been taking care of your kid or your children, child, whatever. You could have been taking care of them since day one. They would go back and tell the judge, well, I want back pay from when the child was such and such age, because he ain't did enough. Fellas, whatever you do would never be enough. I'm just saying. It's hurtful to see these kind of situations, because this man, it's evident that he had a lot of positivity going on for himself in this relationship, this marriage. His wife being estranged from him drove him over the edge to where he felt like he had to self-delete. And it says here that he held the family hostage. Like, you have to be gone off the deep end to just crash out like that. But situations like this can push you over the edge, where you paying all these astronomical amounts, you trying to make your ends meet. It's crazy. And that's why the system needs to be reformed. It needs to be reformed. I'm telling you, when you get dragged into the system, they don't care. They will tell you, if you've been taking care of your kids and the woman say you haven't been doing it, and you say, well, I got receipts, I've been doing this, they'll say, oh, that's all considered gifts. Gifts. And these women will sit up there in court and allow this to happen. They won't stand up for you. They won't stand up for what's right. They will stand up there and allow the courts and the prosecutors, these people in that courtroom, to emasculate you as a man, as a black man. I mean, it's white folks on child support too, but I'm talking about my community, what I see. They will straight up let this court system label you a dead. They make you feel like a deadbeat no matter what. I've been through it. I know what it's all about with this whole child support system. You can be there for your kids. You can do everything. And a woman would look you dead in your face or tell you over the phone, because ain't no woman gonna look me dead in my face and tell me I ain't never did shit for my child and I was a deadbeat. Because I don't know how I would take that. I'm just saying, I have self-control, but when you, as a man, when you know you go hard for your kids and you know that your plight, when you know the amount of time and hours and effort you put in to work to provide, and the drama, the back and forth you might have been through with this particular individual, and the constant emasculation, and you say you've been there for your child all their life, right? And put them through elementary and junior high school. You got them to graduate, and you pushing them in life right now as an adult to keep moving forward. And then to have your child's mother come and tell you you're a deadbeat, you never done nothing for your child. It's wrong. And that's why I put you on child support, because you wasn't trying hard enough. Diabolical, man. And then these same women that would say that to you will take that money and have another ninja living up in the house. And true story. I was paying child support for my oldest son, right? And I knew when the day the child support hit or whatever, but I would have my son and my daughter and my other son. I had 3 kids at a time. They would be at my house every weekend. When I would go and pick them up, here she coming in, bringing her dude at that time, buying him video games, buying her hair products. And I'm looking like, well, shit, my son eats stuff. So, and my son, he's old enough. He's of age. He would vouch for me. If I brought him on a live video with me and we did a live together or whatever, he would say, man, my dad went hard for us. Every weekend we was at the house. We had movie nights. He took us to Walmart every weekend. This was years ago, because I no longer support Walmart, but I would take them to do shopping and get them clothes. I kept them in shoes. I kept my kids looking sharp. And mother's still getting child support. But this same woman would say, oh, you ain't never did nothing. That's just how they do. No matter how much you have done, no matter how much you've been there, no matter what you do, they will look you in your face and say you haven't did nothing. But she can have babies with a bum. She might have other kids after you and have it with a straight bum, a real deadbeat, and will glorify this man. When he popped back in the picture, it's just a ceremony. The red carpet rolled out. He over there eating Thanksgiving, eating breakfast, but you just get the cold shoulder when you come over there. Not saying that you should be wanting to be all up in the crib eating breakfast and still hitting that or whatever y'all want to do, but it's just a different line of respect for the man, for the men I see that really don't take care of their kids. These women will chase them down and fight for them and go to bat to get them involved. But the man that's trying to be there, they push him away. Don't understand it. And this is why I say a lot of women love chaos. They don't like order. They like the child support order, but when it comes to doing things in decency and order, as far as doing things the right way, because God is not the author of confusion, but when it comes to doing things the right way and having things in structured, they don't want that. They love the toxicity, they love the chaos, they love the drama, they love the arguing, they love the back and forths, even if your child is involved. They love it. And then these women will turn the children against the father that's doing good, or start a relationship with another man and make him the father all of a sudden. Now he's the father, he's the real father. Oh, he stepped up and because you wasn't doing enough. You missed one payment, right? Something happened, life happens, you miss one payment. Oh, he stepped up because you didn't want to step up. I had to force you to be a father. And they know damn well that's not the truth. It is crazy. And then wonder why a lot of these men just say, you know what? I'm tired. I throw my hands up. I'm wash my hands on this. I'm tired of it. Men are tired. Tired. And it's sad that this man was driven to the point that he had to self-delete. And this made it public, but this is not the only case. This stuff really truly happens out here where men is just tired. You had these dumbass baby mamas on a crusade to make their baby daddy's life a living hell because y'all not together no more. Make that make sense. Oh, we not together, so I'm gonna make his life a living hell. It's wild. It's wild, man. You know, I'm a strong proponent of keep the kids out of it. Keep the children out of it. And co-parent in a healthy way and keep the system out of y'all business. If y'all come together to make a child, y'all come together and did all this stuff to bring the child here. Once the child's here, why can't y'all keep it cordial and work through all that? Ladies, if this man is not able to come through at that time, at that point, when you want him to come through, like a lot of women expect it to where you say jump, they say jump, you say how high, or you got to do it right then and there when they want you to do it. So you can be in the middle of work, in the middle of a project, a middle of another emergency with a family member, and they say, well, I need you to bring this right now. Well, I'm in the middle of this. You can be an hour away and you can't do it. Oh, well, see, that's why I'm got to go to child support. And that's because they want to do it. They've been wanting to put you on the child support system, put you in the system. You can miss one little thing, or couldn't just bring it right at that point, at that point, and they will run down to the system. Or if they have some kind of bum in their ear. I mean, I went through hell with my first child's mother. She was pregnant with my son, right? And went and got a bum from up in Michigan. He was 28. She was like 19, I believe. Yeah, 19. I had my first son when I was 20. So she was 19, I was 20, 21, whatever it was. And straight up bum. And you know, I was trying to be cordial about the situation. I didn't like it at all. It hurt because it's my first child. She gave my son part of this guy's name. Then, you know, I had to take that on the chin. Then, you know, once my son was born, I walk into labor and delivery to see my child. He up in the bed with her, laying in the bed while she holding my son, my firstborn son. So then, you know, I'm still having to take all this on the chin. Dude being an idiot, trying to start fights with me when I'm coming over to see my son. As soon as I pull up, he walking outside, walking up on the car. I was about to put him in a box. He just didn't even know it. You know, but when you have children, it's my first son. I'm like, why would I throw my life away on a piece of shit like that? But he was 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out. Because he didn't even know what the fuck he was walking into. You walking up on people's cars. I don't know what your intentions is. She probably put the battery pack in your back. Oh, he a sucker. He ain't gonna do nothing. But long story short, we trying to keep it out of the system. I say, hey, so I get all the clothes. I do this. I do that. Plus, you know, everything he need, I got it. But I just give you $200 a month. You know, just for you to have for spending money for him or whatever. But everything else, I got it. Clothes, Pampers, milk, bottles, everything he need, medicine, take him to appointments, whatever you need, just to keep it out the system. Oh, let me call you back and think about that. So she had to talk to the bum first. Then she called me back, make that 300. And I knew what it was. I'm like, oh, nah, we good. But I still continue to take care of him or whatever. My son was always with me or whatever. And they ended up breaking up. She moved in with me or whatever. Fast forward, I ended up on child support. Once he turned 3, she went child support on me. And then asked for back pay from when he was 3 years old. Sad. Even though this woman would leave my son with me, I lost a lot of jobs. Because we had arrangements where I would pick him up and I'd say I'm going to drop him off at this date and this time. And then she'd come up missing. So I'm looking for a sitter. My mom had to step in and help me out a lot. But my mom was working her job. It was just crazy. You know, I remember paying the child support and she was getting the money. And they took so much of my check and left me with $19, right? True story. He needed Pampers. No, he needed milk because he had Pampers. I walked through, we had a bad snowstorm. I walked through the snowstorm to get my son his milk and walk back home. And I got into a relationship with someone at that time that was able to help me and stay home and help me with my son or whatever. And then my mom helped me with getting him in daycare. I was a brand new father, so I had a lot of support. But out of all that, and having my son with me up until he was like 3 or 4 years old, and no, he was about 5 or 6 when I finally let him go back home with his mom or whatever, because he was between me and my mom's, and my sister helped me out a lot too. I had a very strong supportive system, and y'all see the comments after I post this video. My sister in every video, but to have a person tell you never done nothing, that's fucked up. And I see why people complain about this system. But to have this man right here self-delete, that should be a wake-up call. That this system needs to be looked at. Like it needs to be reformed, period. It's so many guys out here trying to make an honest living, trying to make ends meet, going to work. You miss, say you fall on hard times. It's a struggle out here. And you miss 2 months or 3 months of child support. And they suspend your license. How you going to go to work now? They take your taxes. They do all types of stuff. You can be trying to get ahead, trying to start a business, trying to do anything. You're taking care of a sick relative, taking care of your sick mom, or taking care of your daughter. Anything can be going on. Life happens. They don't care. They just want the money. However, you still can be taking care of your child on the outside too. Like a lot of these women will call you and say, oh, he needed this. Well, then you get your child support. Well, I needed more. And then the man will do what he got to do. Some men had that mentality. I ain't doing nothing outside of child support. But then you had those guys, and that don't make you a bad guy. If you say you're not doing nothing outside of child support, don't let that woman say you a deadbeat or you ain't doing nothing or that support ain't enough. When women say, oh, it's not enough, well, take me off of it then. Take him off of it. Ladies, if what you getting is not enough, take him off. If he's not paying it, take him off. Why let it build up? Take him off. If he ain't taking care of the baby, taking care of your child, take him off for support. Take him off. Take him off. What good is that doing for him to just have all this money accruing over time and he just won't get a job or work under the table, and he just avoid it, you'll never get the money. You would never get the money. So just take them off. I had somebody say, oh, that little $8.75 a month you paying is pennies. Well, if it's pennies, take me off and support. If it's pennies, take me off. If it's not enough, take me off. $8.75, take me off then. Take me off. The $8.75 furnished your house. The $8.75 helped you out a lot. But it was pennies. I had a chick do that. Say, oh, that little money, that little $8.75 you paying is not enough, and blah, 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 blah. And when it got t-shirts made and put them on social media saying, when you spending your baby daddy's pennies, with the peace sign up, smiling ear to ear with her friend. Both of them had the shirt on, right? And at that point in time, I had my oldest son living with me. And I was paying hella support, because I wasn't just paying for him and paying for the child that she was getting. She was getting 8. I was paying like $2,100 a month in child support at that time, and I was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. And my son was living with me, but with all those bills, I fell behind on my light bill and fell behind on rent and was facing eviction. And then to go on social media and see that, it hurt, because my oldest son living with me. And you making fun of a situation. But the Most High always blesses those men that's getting persecuted, or those women that's getting persecuted. When you are being persecuted, and when you working hard, you doing the right things, you doing the right things. Because I was paying the support, I just wasn't, even with 2 jobs, it wasn't enough. I'm working like boom, 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 boom. It still wasn't enough, and I still got to be at home with my son. But I was working around the clock, and it still was like, damn, $400 a month short. But then they turn around and say, oh, we're about to lock you up because you haven't been making a whole order. Sad. But they don't give you no kind of credit for making majority of the order. If I'm making, my order is $2,100, right, a month, and I'm making $1,700, $1,800 of that, why would you lock that man up? You're gonna take the taxes at the end of the year anyway. That pretty much cancels everything out. Well, what do I know? You know, the system is going to be what it is. They still going to look at you as a deadbeat. The woman you paying child support to is still going to say it's not enough. And I just encourage men not to let that push them over the edge to where this doctor got to. He was obviously driven just over the edge, going through divorce, going through the heartache of having an estranged wife, especially if you didn't want the divorce and your wife just goes estranged on you and your kids is not there. Nobody had these conversations about how the men will miss their kids and miss their family. No, they just run to the woman and say, oh, you okay? Oh, we got your back, sister. They got, they got the sisterhood behind them. The crusader, the sisterhood. These crusaders that love to emasculate men, these feminists that love to emasculate men and use every kind of weapon to emasculate a man as much as possible. Because that's what they do. They run to the women and say, forget the man. Oh, he's a man. He can handle it. He'll be all right. Whatever. You know, it's crazy. But, man. They had this man's funeral on February 3rd. Life gone. How do you explain that to your child? That this happened. And then the messed up part about it is some of these women would have put another man in the place of that man. Yep. Oh, your father was weak. He couldn't handle the pressure. Didn't make him weak. He could have got help since he was a cardiologist. He probably had access to some of the top therapists, somebody to talk to, especially being in the medical field. But hell, $15,000 probably was really breaking the bank a little bit. And these are discussions that we need to be having for real, man. These are the real discussions. These are the real topics that need to be discussed. This child support system is corrupt. They say it's about the kids, but it's really not. It's about keeping the state pockets a little fatter and keeping these families separated, because they know that this system, the majority that's affected by this system are black men. Another way to oppress the black man. Another way to keep pressure on him, to stress him the hell out, to make him crash out. Another way to lock him up. And our women fall for it. They fall for it. Oh, well, you can't get your food stamps unless you tell us his name. And they'll call you like, man, I had to do what I had to do. I'm sorry. If I'm working, you can work. Or if it's that bad, give my child to me. A lot of y'all don't want to do that. If it's that bad, why not give custody to the father? Or just do joint custody. You pay him for some time and he pay you for some time. Or if y'all just have to go through child support, y'all can negotiate. The woman can say, well, like Nia Long did for Ime Udoka. He was gonna have to pay $20,000 more. But she spoke up. It's like, we can just set it for this amount. A lot of y'all just sit back and allow the courts. Y'all just hand the man over, hand this black man over to this system. Just hand them on over. Feed them to the wolves. Throw them out there. Nobody protects the black man. We just the most misunderstood, mistreated being walking this earth. Like, forget him. Let's feed him to the system. Just hand him on over. Hand him on over. 30 pieces of silver. Hand him on over. Hand him over. And then go home and sleep tight. Or get on the phone and call your girl. Girl, I just got it. Man, I did it. I got $875 out of him. Girl, that $475 I'm getting, that $450 a month, that ain't no money. $450, $875, whatever it is. To y'all, it's not. It's just pennies to y'all, right? And you know, a lot of men would do more. It's crazy because a lot of men would do more without the system garnishing wages and stuff. It's wild. But y'all let the men that, these hustlers and stuff, these men that don't have nothing on record, no kind of way you can track their income, they let them go scot-free and glorify him. He can still come in and hit it whenever he want. Y'all be stressing over them types. But the hard working man, hand him on over. Put him in the system, ruin it, destroy his life. Well, I need to pay, I need support. My electric bill is this. Ma'am, if your electric bill is that high, maybe consider finding somewhere else to move where you can afford it. A lot of y'all live above y'all means and then use child support as a way to help you to live this love and hip hop lifestyle you want. Stop living above your means. If you can't afford the gas and electric or the rent, give the child to the father where he can afford it. He'd probably be able to afford it. Keep him out the system. Most of these men, you'll be surprised, they will step up and take care of their kids, and they have them full time, and they'll make it work. A lot of women I see, a lot of, especially on social media, a man could never do. A man could never. My wife was in a hospital for about 3-4 days. It was. I had to do it all. I didn't fold or buckle under the pressure. Got my kids up, brushing teeth, changing diapers, giving baths, cooking, all that. Had 3 at the time that were still real small, and plus we have a blended family, so those are my sons too. But she came into the relationship with sons or whatever. Made sure they got on the bus or made sure they had to go. Did it all. No problem. Cooking, making sure everybody's behaved, kept the house in order. She came home to a clean house when she got out the hospital. Everything. She was calling us. I really miss y'all. I said, man, this get better. But y'all want to say these men can handle it. I had my oldest son that whole time, but I had support. Just like a woman would have support. I had support from family members. Put my son and my mom helped me put him in daycare. Daycare was what, $60 a week at that time? Because it was I don't know. We knew the lady that owned the daycare, Miss Dot, Mama Dot. Rest her soul. And looked out on that tip. Mama Dot and then Tammy. And Tammy, that's a good lady. She got a nice daycare, but you know, it's crazy, man, that the amount of disrespect, the amount of disregard for men that's caught up in this system, and the amount of emasculation that goes on behind it. Even when you go in front of the judge or in front of the people to set these orders, the language, the attitudes, I'd rather not. Just don't want to deal with them. It's sad, man. But prayers for this gentleman's family, for him. You know what they say about when you self-delete. But hopefully the Lord accepted him. I don't know, man. It's just, that's a sad situation. That is a sad situation. Very sad. And this should be an awakening for the system, man. That they have to do better. They have to. No way around it. They gotta do better, man. To prevent stuff like this from happening ever again. This your boy Deonte. Make sure you like the video. If you like the content I covered today, this evening, make sure you like the video. Leave a comment and tell me your thoughts about the child support system. I want to hear from the ladies too. Tell me about it. And don't come in my comments talking crazy, because I'll put you right in your place. Because a lot of y'all just do it out of spite, out of bitterness, and out of greed. Bitterness and greed. Or your brokenness. Broke and bitter. Broke and bitter. Because if you're not bitter, you don't run into the system. And if you're not broke, you don't run to the system. If he broke, why lay down and have a kid with him? If you knew what he was all about before y'all laid down and had the kids. You seen he wasn't shit in the first place, but you still decided to open up your legs to an ain't shit nigga. So that tells me a lot about you. You must not be shit either. I'm just saying. You know, you got to properly vet people, court people. Yep, you can leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this discussion, but broken bitter shit. I'm just saying, it's just broken bitter women do stuff like this. Because if you wasn't broke, you wouldn't be running to the system either. You would do what you got to do. And the man would do what he got to do too. But in a lot of these cases, I see that a lot of women create chaos and men to say, I'm done with it. And that don't excuse it, because you should be involved. You need to be involved in your children's life. But if you're just dealing with constant toxicity and the risk of going to jail because you're dealing with this toxic person, I get it. I get it, but still make some kind of effort to send money or take the money to the system yourself. If you see this is going to go left, I would go down and put myself in the system. Like, oh, she's still talking crazy after I'm giving this much. Let me go ahead and go down here and set my own stuff up. Because guess what? A lot of times you don't end up paying as much when you put your own self on child support. And I'm not saying, I'm not giving you a hack to get out of it, but fellas, we got to take care of ourselves too. We got to keep a roof over our head. We got to do what we got to do too. We got to have a decent place for our kids when our kids come to our house for the weekend, or if they come to our house for the summer. We want them in something nice and decent too. They don't deserve to come to a studio apartment because you paying all these astronomical amounts of child support. They deserve the best too. They deserve good food. They deserve a comfortable place to sleep. They deserve a nice couch to sit on. They deserve the best when they come with dad too. I see a lot of these men sleeping on air mattresses still because they trying to make child support. They trying to make their bills. They trying to do all this stuff. And the bitter one, she ain't broke no more because she got your money coming in. She just living it up, sleeping comfortable, got the next man at the house sleeping comfortable, yelling at the kids. I'm just saying, it's crazy. Crazy how life is. But leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the video. And ladies, if he ain't doing what he got to do, take him off child support. And you do it. Take him off. Take him off. And think about it. What did you do? What did you do? What kind of situation did you create for this man to feel like, you know, I'm washing my hands on the situation, and you're not getting enough in child support? Think about it. Just think long and hard about it. Like, what could I have done to make this better, to where we kept our family unit together? I get it. Some people don't make it. But I hear so many stories about the man wanted to keep the relationship going, but the woman said, "Oh, I need some space. I just want to be free. I don't think we'll be good under the same roof. We'll be great co-parents." And he going along with it, then he still end up on child support because she wanted some space to go out here and mingle and tingle with other guys. Don't care about how this man felt about, oh, I get to see my kid every day. I get to wake up to the kids. I'm giving baths. I'm cooking food for them. I'm going to after school extracurricular activities with the kids. I'm at the soccer games. I'm at the basketball games with them. We going out as a family every other weekend and have dinner. We going out to do things at what's that name of that place? Urban Air. We going here. We going there. Took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese this weekend. Oh, we having a good time. Family portraits. They forget about all that stuff because of a fear of missing out. Forget about all that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put him on child support, get that little money, and I'm gonna be, you know, he can have the kids on the weekends, and I'm gonna go out here and spend that little support he giving me. I'm gonna go out here and date and spend that money on a guy. Oh, I got it today. Whip out that child support card and swipe it. And they should have something in place for that too. If it's not going directly to the child, if it's not going about something for the child, decline. If it ain't being spent at Carter's or the children's place or something for the child, or the shoe store, the shoe size or whatever, it got to be some way to itemize this stuff to make sure that it's going directly to the child. Your bills is your bills. Your light bill that's your bill. Your phone bill, that's your bill. Your car note, that's your bill. Oh, but I transport your child in the car. So, well, send them over here to me. Send her over here to me then. Send her over here to me. We can eliminate all that. That way you can go ahead and get you another job to cover your bills. My support that I'm paying for my child is not to pay your car. It's not my fault you wanted to ride a 2024 Well, you could have got the 2018 or the 2019 and been cool. Some of you can afford. Let me know what y'all think about the video. I'm done. Peace. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Donations can be made to the Cash App. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Me on the beat too. Yeah. Okay. I pull up you deep on my niggas, consider it's pivotal. Trap through the app, make her clap it, don't cap it, she tapping it fast. I think that you know they be catching it. Standing 6 feet up, casting a shadow on niggas that talk like they bad as it. Know that we got it, they talk far from actual. I make the wave so tsunami, I dare you to paddling. The trunk steady rattling. Blowing top tier to keep my thoughts clear. I see the opt in there, I'm on my shot, call it big bar shit. I never know the time, I'm never clocking in. Wildflower, I'm like Denzel, I've been in men on fire, bitch, I'm hot lava. You are not scarred, you are proudly. I'm a real nigga to the coffin seal. Heart chill from all this talking real. Recent life feel like a highlight reel. Currently thumbing through currency, I'm from the avenue, bitch, I'ma get it regardless. I told little baby to slide with that Lotus, pull up with the garden. My guard is down till you come around, trying to hold you some. Give a fuck how you feel, I don't owe you nothing. Now you trying to make amends, I'm just trying to get the fortunes. Trying to cut my mama fortress. Pop might pull up in a Porsche. I used to be quiet, was timid. They used to catch me skipping courses. Now they snap a nigga portrait. Hard head but never forced it. I got a pin it shine like it's supposed to. The way I deliver they pose to. My neck got a compass to know where we going. It sound like I'm stepping through portals. I'm off of that poison, the devil be calling, but I just ignore it, hit for it. The task force told me God. Okay, yeah, you asked for it. Wave. The task force told me God. Okay, yeah, you asked for it. Wave. The task force told me God. Look. The way that I ball, I should've played for the Big Ten when I touch stage, but they packed in. Got a pretty thing to make a back bend. Let me see it all through the glass lens. Had some people try to snake if I see you, I'm teed up, might greet you with brass hands. Skate off fast, put a buck on the dash, and somewhere vast with my feet up. Wait, hold up the label, just call me the tapping. They just cut the check, so I'm up in the slip. I take for J to the neck, then I stretch. To start my day, I hit the cash dance. Niggas is different now, I was down then, but that's all in the past tense. So I can't stop shit till I'm top 10, and I'm not 10. I'm so in love with the process. Not all in the day, but it took them some time to build wrong. I just copped the crib, never home. No, I can't keep a charge on the phone. So she thinks she in love with a ghost. When I'm home, I make sure that she get what she needs, so she know what I'm capable of. Know my rhythm can spar with the pros. They pay me to hear what I'm on, they ask what I'm on. I'm doing great, I suppose, cause I get to do what I want, it's legit, but it sound like it's straight from the stove. They playing my tape in the field and they treat me like I'm making plays in the fort. But a beat bang with a force. I'm a product to stay in the course, yeah. I watch my step on the tightrope. The rate going up at a high slope. I don't got no work-life balance. I'm never throwing the towel in. The pen game hella nice with it. The flow heavy like a hydrant, but it come with a patent. I'm laughing and badgering all